In today's video, we finally get to revisit a car that was left relatively ignored throughout the preparation of cars for Thrash Day. We've been working on S13s, S14s, S15s, and slowly finding ourselves back into the shadow realm that is Sylvia's. But in this video, that is going to change. After its long hibernation and many startups that you guys have seen in a couple of our videos, Eiji's SARD ITB GT86 is going to be revived to be streetable and driftable, if that's even a word, and serve as a starting platform for myself and EK Motors' newest member, Bo. I wanted to introduce him in the last video, but we just didn't have time to start our own journey in driving alongside Yusuf and to catch up with Eiji. And of course, finally allowing Eiji to enjoy his machine. In our last video, Yusuf mentioned he wanted to check out Nakayama Circuit for a possible future event which set up everything to get him back in his S14 and for the rest of us to prepare the ITB 86 in about a week's time. So with the plan laid out in front of us leading to Nakayama Circuit, I guess this is the part where I say welcome to another video of Thrash, and we hope you guys enjoy this one. Me and Bo pretty much was working on the car on a Monday. It was basically a shell of a car and just had a motor in it. And then by that Thursday, we got the car all together. Obviously, I wasn't able to introduce Bo properly in our last video, but he is now a member of EK Motors slash, Thrash Racing. So he's going to be helping us out in the future. Has been a great addition to the team and has been helping us get stuff done and just keeping us doing things that we need to be doing. And it turns out he can drive pretty well, but we'll save that for later. When it comes to setup with the ITB car, has ITBs, FA20, and a very special differential, which is a 5.1. But as you guys seen the ITB car before, this used to have trumpets. It does not have trumpets anymore, mainly because in order for it to work, the direct injection needs to be controlled, and we don't have a link system for us to do that. We are planning on getting link when it does come out and when it's available, but at the moment we don't have it. As you guys have seen, the other 86, the crazy one, this one has the SARD ITB kit with a manifold, which, as you guys will see here, we put the SARD manifold back on this one, and now we're going to be able to run it. We're hoping just to be able to flash the ECU and then get it to run, and hopefully it'll relearn its way, fuel ratio and everything, and then I'll be able to run and drive, and we'll be able to drift it. Me and Bo pretty much was working on the ITB car non-stop for just about a week. We started on Monday. It was basically a shell of a car with just a motor, and as you guys can probably see now, or somewhat in the background, it's pretty much a full car. This is after the event. I ended up changing the intro in the future, but I didn't really have time or know when to record because we're kind of just working on it whenever we had time. And before I knew it, the car was back on the ground and we had the wheels and everything mounted up. Sorry, wasn't able to show you guys the bill of two leading getting the car back together. So I'm going to start you guys when we're finally able to find a seat that was going to fit in the car. But this one is a little more special than the other ones we've shown in the past. As you guys know, we shoot our videos in this little office area usually in this area. As you can tell, it's a lot more busier, a lot more claustrophobic in this. But that's because our Japan container actually arrived and have Japan stock now. What makes this one cool is that we have a new seat model, and I guess this is the part where I just let him talk about it.
Whoa! Okay, so in addition to the B West model seats, we have this kind of new, kind of familiar, old fling, but not old fling seat. A lot of people really enjoy the Street Spec Alpha. The sides are too low for them. So what I did was took the top of a Street Spec Alpha and then put the bottom of a Street Spec Omega. So you got the Street Spec, whatever word you want to put in there. I'll think of something, but this will be available next pre-order as well. I'm also thinking of doing one with the bars, so it'll be like a high-sided Street Spec Delta, but we'll see.
Cool. If you're like me, words can only do so much, but sometimes you need a little bit of a visual. This is the Street Spec Alpha. This is the new one with the carbon fiber backing, so it looks very similar to our new model. But yeah, you guys can see pretty much where the thigh placement is on the Street Spec Alpha. For the most part, this is how it is. This is what it's going to be, and let's see what the new model looks like. But yeah, here's you guys' visual. Obviously, this part of the seat is a lot higher, so it keeps me a little more secure. I'm not sure what's going to be going on. Me and Bo, I think, are going to take this for a test drive and go get some food just to make sure the car is running fine and feels fine. We do have the stock muffler on, so it should be a little bit quieter than it used to be, because as you guys know from our previous videos, this thing was loud as fuck. Pretty sure whether you guys will be able to hear it from the outside or the inside, you'll be able to hear it nonetheless. Oh, finally. Dude, get to drive this thing for real. Yeah. Oh, man. Dude, we have seen this car, like, on stands or being pushed for, like, the entire time I've known Eiji. And this is, like, the first time we're able to, like, not only just, like, drive, but, like, reap the benefits of working on this. Dude, you cannot, like, granny shift this thing. Okay, it's not that bad. Like, third gear is actually pretty subtle. I can't believe we're driving this, like, actually.
It was, like, on stock wheels with no, like...
No, nothing.
The interior was gutted.
It was
had
a fucking
no
shell a
bumpers
couple of
on
days
it.
ago.
Yeah, like, it barely ran for shit.
Yeah, this is not going to be the first time we do this either. Not fast, but yeah, we get the job done. And there's like no drop in RPM whenever you shift down at all.
It just floats?
Yeah, it just floats. It just does like one of these and like it stays.
I think Eiji-san was saying that this has the same flywheel as Yashima's 86, the ultra lightweight.
Yeah.
So, shit revs like a bike.
The horn fell on my lap. I was like, the fuck is that?
This isn't a K truck, this was weird.
Headlights.
Just gonna drive the duck. Is that third or fifth? That's fifth, okay. What the fuck was that?
Quick setup.
Yo, is that alright? That's oil pressure.
I don't know what that is.
That's oil pressure.
Sure.
This is warning. Oh, it's off. Oh, that's why there's no oil pressure. The car was off. I was like, oh, we blew it up. For context, for the people, if this makes it into the video, Eiji told us that apparently 4 points count as not even having a seatbelt in Japan. So he told us to just cross one of the shoulder straps over and hope for the best.
So this is the following day. We were able to drive the ITB car last night and went surprisingly well. Right now we're packing up the car, getting all the tires in the rear, getting all in the back. It's great not having a roll cage because we're able to pretty much put them in there effortlessly. But I guess we should talk about why we are taking out the ITB car now. You see, what happened is that we were gonna head out to Bihoku to pick up the remaining cars from Thrash Day, but the problem is some of them broke transmission, so Eiji's gonna need some help getting the cars onto the trailer. So due to the trauma from the last event, this piece of shit doesn't go into gear. I can't wait.
Fuck this car.
Can't wait to predict, Tom. Really predict. Thanks.
Broken cars. This is so broken. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. So we just lost first and third.
So we're going to be driving the ITB car up to go help him and not only test the car, make sure it's running fine along the way there, but, you know, obviously help Eiji get the cars onto the trailer. Funny enough, the day we're going is actually a free day at Bihoku. So we don't know which course is going to be open, but that pretty much leads us to bring some spares and, you know, go drive for a day, which is absolutely insane. I think the coolest part about this whole thing, or at least with this car, is we're pretty much starting from the base. We're not running anything super crazy outside of the ITBs. Outside of the 5.1, I understand that's not going to be a setup you're going to see on every car, but for the most part, it's just on HKS coilovers, but it still has stock angles, stock arms, none adjustable anything, none of that kind of shit. As Bull decides to come in my shot, ruin me talking in the fucking video. But yeah, this was like a weird conundrum that came out of nowhere, so we were able to test the car before we go to Okinamiyama, what's the other circuit name? Nakayama Circuit. Nakayama Circuit. circuit before we go there, and we're able to not only see if the car feels, but pretty much start our journey into driving, because Bo is laughing and shit in the background, but I'm sure he wants to learn how to drift and do his thing. And one day I want to be able to bumper push Eiji and put a tire on the door. Maybe this might be the beginning of that journey leading to that, or we'll see how this car develops as time goes on. I guess we'll see you guys at Bihoku. Let's see how I'm gonna make that work. I don't know how I'm gonna make that work, but it's gonna. We also didn't use the new seat because we may or may not had a bracket for it, and this one already had a bracket on it from earlier. So yeah, maybe next time. First lap. I'm not prepared. Are you prepared?
Absolutely not.
Sick. The ITB car, first time going out. Woo! And we got like maybe an hour or two to figure it out.
Until the track closes.
Yeah.
Got here at 9 a.m.
You got people like, dude, we got like Hibino here, or like one of like the up garage D1 cars. It's weird being on this side of the perspective because usually I'm the one shooting. It's not bad. It's not like, obviously, like the supercharged car where you have so much power, like a little bit more top end, but it revs out so nice. I'm not sure if it's because of the 5.1 or the ITBs with the whole response thing, but this definitely feels like it has more punch when it comes to acceleration to the other cars that we have. See, what's cool about Bihoku is like you don't always have to run the big giant entry. Yes, it's nice, but I'm not at the level where I'm confident to even coming close to trying that shit. Too much. Alright, I think it's time to give Bo a turn. It sucks that I suck, so I can't really display on how this car feels or even drives, but...
I just want to point out that like I don't think I've ever drifted on a track despite my fancy gloves and helmet.
This is your. I know you got the KT gloves.
I fucking suck.
All ready to go.
So
you got the colored visor.
No, this motorcycle helmet. No judgment, please. And plus, we have to drive this thing home. I need to remind myself that we have to drive this home.
When I dropped it, I was like, oh yeah. Let's not do that.
Yeah.
Too fast.
We're good.
Oh, that was sick. Welcome. It is about 6:30 in the morning, 7 o'clock. We're actually going to get ready to head out to Nakayama Circuit. Gonna hit up some McDonald's before the day begins. The guys actually already head out. I'm bringing the tires and the spares and the tools from the K car, which is way over there. And then we're gonna see how this entire day goes. I know the video before this, or whatever happened beforehand, was the whole us driving Bihoku thing and having our experiences there. But now we're at the real testing grounds. That's gonna be Nakayama. But first, breakfast. So here we are at Nakayama Circuit. This is the first time I'm here, so we're gonna see how the track actually goes. Probably give you guys like a lap, just no drifting, just to show you guys what the track looks like. It's kind of like a weird place because it's like right in the middle of like a really small town. But dude, again, we are lucky, like we have been in the past, with not anybody here. It's just us. So we got a little bit of rain, so every car is going to be over about 1,000 horsepower, so we're going to be able to have a bit of fun without burning that much tire. Obviously there's not going to be that much grip to really compensate for. Our boy Yashima's already doing a lap, but I think it's only a matter of time before we get on track to see how the track itself feels. I think it's going to be really sick because it looks kind of compact, and with the 86 like not having that much power, we'll be able to have a bit of fun, you know, and maybe get into third gear, see what happens. Hopefully things will be fun regardless. Let's get into one of the cars and get a lap going and see how this track really looks like from the inside. Just looking at the footage alone, Nakayama is easily the longest course out of the couple of courses that we've been through. I mean, like Meihan sits around 30 seconds long, TKL is probably about 5 to 10 seconds longer than that, and then you have Bihoku B course that sits around a minute. This means in terms of time, the only one that comes close is connecting A course and B course at Bihoku, and even though time-wise it does come close, Nakayama definitely has it in the variety department as well. The elevation also helps like low-powered cars get around a bit more, but the transition between turns are long enough for like bigger powered cars to connect the whole course if they wanted to, which when Eiji got into use of his S14 demonstrated that perfectly. Since we were playing with the idea of hosting an event here of some sort, whether it's just the homies or another Thrash day of some sort, I wanted to walk around the track to kind of look at it as a spectator, and looking from the main grandstands is a great position because you get to see the, the original BM Cup layout with the main sweeper and the inner hairpin on the inside of the course. In the old BM Cup videos, it's really hard to make out how big of an elevation change it is from the entry to the exit of the course, but it's pretty significant, which as you've seen throughout our courtesy lap doesn't just go for this corner, but goes for the entirety of the course. However, outside of the grandstands, any seating area around the track was, I'll just show you. So checking out the spectator positions, as you can see here, you can see this turn going all the way up this way, but the seating area doesn't look as stable as we hope, because let me show you what I'm looking at right here, and it's kind of terrifying. That's all fucked. Oh yes, the young man loses a vital part of his body and has found it in the wilderness. Let's see what his next move is. But this place is like pretty sick if we're just to come here from Osaka. It's only about an hour and a half drive, if maybe like just about 2 hours. And it's a lot easier to drive here because the speed limit on the freeway is actually a lot higher instead of going to Bihoku. So I think this place might be a better place for us, like when we go test and like kind of like get an idea of what the cars are doing, or especially when we're doing something like today, when we're just trying to drive, have some fun and learn while we're trying to get used to each car. Obviously, Yusuf is trying to get used to the S14 and he wants to make sure he can drive it in a way that is exciting and fun, you know, and make sure he's able to drive the car and perform the way he wants to. We're driving the 86, me and Bo, just to get experience, kind of get a better idea of the chassis and develop as the day goes on. And I'm sure I'll throw in some clips of us driving if I haven't done it already. Here we go now. Eiji was finally getting comfortable in the 86, he belted the tire. So let's go see how the damage came out while I was trying to get the thumbnail for the video.
だいぶ我慢してる。だいぶ我慢してる。ドリフトしたいな。あかんあかんタイヤ死ぬ思って。
Up until this point, Eiji was pretty much just gripping the car, just getting an idea how the car handles and how it felt. But it was time for him to do a bit of drifting. Bo decided to get in the passenger seat, I handed him the camera, and this is what happened. How was day 6 today?
My favorite.
Did it go as you hoped? Are you gonna stay NA?
Yeah, this one and other one, TD86.
And you got Junior DK right here.
Good to us.
This was what, your second
Thank
time
you.
driving?
Second time actually going to a track and driving, yeah.
This guy.
A real car.
This guy must be nice.
Must
be
be
as good as this guy.
I don't know, dude. I'm not that good.
How'd your day go, Yusuf?
Wet, wild, slippery, fast, revvy, slippery.
Getting used to the S14 now?
Yeah, but I'm gonna change it, so I'm gonna change the front suspension because I got used to what I'm gonna change.
And just like that, our little Nakayama Circuit tour was finished. Like Yusuf said, he wants to make some changes to the S14 to make it feel more familiar to him, so obviously we'll be covering that in the future. And we're already currently making upgrades to the ITB car with some knuckles and possibly the steering rack relocation kit that we did on Yusuf's car a little while back. But yeah, like I said earlier, man, this is going to be a great experience for all of us, essentially, because we're all starting from a certain level and trying to build up to become better drivers, more informed, so we can share that with you guys in the future. So guys, as per usual, thank you for watching another video of Thrash, and we'll see you in the next one.